Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. What do we got? What do we got? Who we got? Who we got? Weird today. Hello, Court, Linda, Kia, and Silver. Hello, guys. Hello. How was everyone's day today? How are you feeling any better today, Kia? And did I say hi, Linda? I don't remember if I said hi, Linda, but hi, Linda. Not really your stomach. Oh, I'm sorry. Diet sucks. Oh, you don't need to be sorry. Completely understood. 100% understood. Good morning. uh Guys, I have one interview today and it's at 7 p.m. I think. Is it a 7 p.m. interview today? And I'm so happy that that's all I have today, or 6:30. I'm so happy that that's the only interview I have today. I needed a little extra time off. I got to catch up on videos so badly. I took my allergy meds because I was really itchy yesterday and I was knocked out by 12. Yeah. Yep. I gotta go talk to my neighbors about these. You mean the chickens? Yes. Yep. I saw that Stephen Colbert had to put the interview up on YouTube because of the FCC. Yep. I was just watching part of the interview actually before I went live. Like, seriously? Man. It's just wild. It's just wild. Urgh. Sorry, I'm being weird today. I'm in a weird mood. So there is officially a rule that's called the 1-in-1 Act or something. I forget what it's called. Not an act, but a 1-for-1 rule where if you bring in one Democrat, you're supposed to at least make an offer to bring in a Republican to talk to them to make sure they get equal representation or equal visibility or equal whatever. But they haven't enforced that in forever. So basically they whined to, their buddy who's in charge of CBS, and she said, nope. The Fair Time Act or Fair Time Rule or something like that. But that hasn't been enforced in decades. Well, you're required to make an offer. Most of the time they won't take it, because why would any Republican want to go on Colbert? So oftentimes they've made the requests and they've just been like, nope, they haven't. They don't want to be on the show. Yep. Oh, it's all ridiculous. It is all ridiculous. Hey, Summer. Good morning. It's fine. It's probably going to get more views now online than it ever got because they did it. Like, this is the funny thing. They don't realize that the more they do this, the more it goes out, it goes out there. Like, that interview is going to get about 1 trillion times more views because of how they did it. It just shows they don't understand how things work now. Or I should say, it's just another example of how they don't know how things work now. Jimmy Kimmel is more popular than ever. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Honest, most people under 45 watch little to no broadcast television anymore. Oh, yeah. Again, this is why I think it's hilarious that they think they're doing something. Did the opposing... I don't know. I don't know what... I know what was argued. I don't know... The Barry Weiss didn't argue back. Barry Weiss was just like, okay, and then said no Tallarico. Like, there was no, from what I saw, there was no pushback by Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss just went, yep, down you go. So. Asking if they can drive their big truck down my grass to work on the power lines that run on my property. Fun. Fun. Yeah. Like, if you go watch the interview online, it's like, you can tell that it's going to get more views than ever. They basically just moved him to the end of the of all of the interviews and ended the show, but kept everyone there and did the interview, and then just posted it on YouTube and stuff. Morning, Tanya. How are you doing? Hey, Shawnee. Hey, Shawnee. Hey, Sean. Sorry, I'm being weird. What was I looking for? Doing well? Good. Bull Bear. I'll go. So it was posted 9 hours ago and it already has 670,000 views. Which I don't know how normal, I don't know what his normal view numbers are. Actually, I'm looking at his normal view numbers and like, oh my gosh, this is wild. Like, most of Colbert's videos get like in the 40s and 50K views. And this one's got almost 700,000 in that same amount of time. And not all of them. Some of them have a lot. Like he's got ones with 1 million views, but it's like specific super popular people. Whose video? The one where Colbert interviewed Tallarico. Hey, Jeremiah. Colbert. Stephen Colbert. Yeah, wrong fella. The other one that they got rid of. Oh yeah, I'm planning on talking about it. I'm planning on making a video about it. I think it's hilarious that it happened. I wonder if people like Barry Weiss realize that they are systematically destroying their job. Like, I wonder if anyone in normal journalism and media realizes that independent is going to become the king. And they're the ones pushing it. Good morning, Lady Prairie. Oh, probably in the grand scheme of things, yes. People with my complexion have contributed very little to society as a whole, if we're talking the length and breadth of history. Did I see what Vivi post? I did not. The last thing I saw about him that he posted was having to do with some other stupid thing. Now I'm going to look it up, though. Morning, Missy. Does this president realize that he's defunding the things that he's that he's talking about that he did with Jesse Jackson? This is wild. Talking about how I provided office space for him and his Rainbow Coalition for years in the Trump building at 40 Wall Street, responded to his request for help in getting criminal justice reform passed and signed when no other president would even try, single-handedly pushed and passed long-term funding for historically black colleges and universities, which Jesse loved, but also which other presidents would not do, responded to Jesse's support for opportunity zones, the single most successful economic development package yet approved for black businesses, men, women, and much more. Like, he's literally getting rid of everything that he said he did. Like, what the heck? Morning, Angel. Oh, yeah. He's trying to take credit for Jesse Jackson's accomplishments. Yep. Yeah. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And also, Marco Rubio's speech was also disgusting. There's just a lot of disgusting going on. Like, I was watching Marco Rubio's speech, and there were two things that he talked about that pissed me off. One was complaining about the lack of the UN capability to do anything. And I'm like, that's because the United States vetoes everything in the Security Council. So of course they're doing nothing. And then when he started acting like he was anything but a a son of immigrants. A synopsis? See if I can find one. I don't want to get it all wrong. Where did he give it? In Germany. Munich, Germany. Oh, you just got done watching that? Yeah, she's pretty cool. So he talked about obviously opposing mass migration, make West great again crap. Again, you're according to them. In this delusion, we embrace the dogmatic vision of free and unfettered trade. Why is that a dogmatic vision? I think we should have free and unfettered trade. You want to offer something, then offer something. Criticize the climate cult, saying greenhouse gas limitations as one-sided because our competitors exploit oil and gas and coal and natural gas and anything else, not just to power their economies, but use as leverage against our own. Yeah. Without the UN, Trump brokered a fragile peace in Gaza, brought Ukraine and Russia to the negotiating table, removed Venezuela's indicted leader, and bobbed Iran to constrain the nuclear program. Yeah, because the United States vetoed everything that came out of the UN. Idiot. He's an idiot. I cannot stand that man. Although I can't stand a lot of people in our friggin' economy, in our government right now. I mean, if you listen to Trump, yeah, we're great. There's no inflation at all. The prices of everything have plummeted. We have $500 trillion thrown into the economy. I hope all these people realize that their careers are over after this presidency. I mean, I'm sure they will still make money because there are still people that will listen to anything they say. But As far as I'm concerned, they're done. I mean, I haven't liked any of them to begin with, but now I like them even less. I mean, I still say we remind our representatives that they had a chance to do something by voting them out of office in the primaries. If we don't get more people to the primaries, then everything we're saying and everything we're doing means nothing. Because compared to the GOP, people are going to vote for an incumbent, even if it's an incumbent that's done nothing. Right? This is why I will keep saying it. I'm seeing all these idiots online talking about how we've made it clear that voting every 2 years doesn't matter. I saw something today. Someone saying that stupid ass stuff. And it's like, yeah, because people don't go and vote. Especially in the primaries. It's why your incumbents always win. Hopefully they'll get their act together. And get out to the primaries. I do not think we should vote on any legislation that Congress tries to push through. We can't get enough people to vote as little as we vote in this country. You think trying to get us to vote on legislation would be wise? That would be even smaller, which means a smaller number of people would actually have a say in what goes on in this country. Hey, Aaron. No, we need to get more people involved in the elections that we have. That's what we need. If we had more viable parties, primaries wouldn't matter like they do. They will always matter. Primaries will always matter. It's hard to get people motivated because too many people come out there and say that voting doesn't matter. If we're being honest. As long as the response from so many people is that your vote doesn't matter, you're going to struggle getting people to get out and vote. We need people to understand that their votes do matter and that they're extremely important. Interesting. Well, we just need to change the way we do even primaries. This is how you find out. Well, I mean, it happened last night. And hi, Anna. Primaries should be dealt with in the same way. It shouldn't be a company that gets basically a company that gets to run their primaries even the same, like a different ways or any of that stuff. Like, there needs to be some consistency in how we do all of it. I think it's ridiculous that they can just like, I feel like doing it like this. How are you doing, Anna? Guys, if you're over here on TikTok, please tap that nose. That's that's some of the things that help push it out to more people. We can file our taxes online, pay our taxes online, then we can vote online. Totally agree. Excuse me, Razor? Kiss my ass. Get the hell out of here. You feel like asking my opinion on cotton candy, Randy? um. So much going on. How are you doing? Worried about the Save Act, another death in GA because of... Yeah, I saw that too, Anna. I saw that too. We'll see. We'll see what happens with the Save Act. I still think it's unconstitutional. How you doing, Mim? Morning, Jose. Which is one of the reasons I don't think it's going to get brought forth, but we'll see. I'm doing okay. You know, life's busy. There's a lot of bad shit going on in the world. But also there's good things. The guy running against Ossoff in Georgia said he hadn't voted in 2 decades. I wish I were surprised. And hey, meme. Hey, Bobya. Guys, please tap that nose. That's one of the ways that TikTok pushes this live out to people. Thank you. Realized right when I hit live that I'd spelled it wrong. What's that? There. Yeah, Jose. The the this CBS, or what's her name? The head of CBS not allowing Colbert to interview Tallarico on live television, or on at least posted on CBS. Barry Weiss. Yeah. That was wild. But it's getting tons of views on YouTube now. Tons of views. Oh yeah, he still talked about it in his opening monologue. Yep. I mean, what does he care? He's done in what? A month? March is when he's done, right? Is it March or May? I can't remember which. Is it May? Okay. I could not remember. His Tallarico's response was pretty funny. And I mean, again, whether I think it's just because this administration is petty and will do anything that they can to try and, in their minds, in their views, stick it to the libs. I think they're nervous about Tallarico winning. So they're trying to keep him from being seen. Again, Tallarico makes them nervous, I think. Nobody cares, huh? Okay. Thank you for letting us know who you are. The tube is geeking out on you, so I moved. I'm sorry. I wish I knew why it did that sometimes. I don't know. Maybe it is me. I am somebody. I may be poor, but I am somebody. I may be young, but I am somebody. It's constantly going live, not live for you? Interesting. I'll have to figure that out. I only run in like 3 devices and several displays. My internet is tired. Fair. Interesting. I don't know why that would matter. My internet's friggin' insane. Morning, Stu. Hey, Zoe. Did you see the changes the Argentinian president wants to make to labor laws, like 12-hour workday, and that companies can pay people with food instead of money? Me be president? No, thank you. No, thank you. Says the guy on the internet right now talking in my chat. All right, buddy. My mom died of Parkinson's too, Claudia. Notice that if you go into a tube live with a bunch of people that are members, you only see the comments if you don't toggle all. What's up, Captain? How are you doing? Grandmother died at the old age of 104? Dang. Hey, Carol. Doing pretty good. Finally got your butt back into the gym? Jesse Jackson wasn't just another guy looking for trouble. He was all about the good trouble. Still mopping up tears, but Reverend Jackson had a life well lived. For that, there are also happy tears. Truth. Thank you, guys. Hey, Ghost. Farm muscles are nice, but cardio in the wintertime is hard. Truth. Your mom is pushing 92 and still drives? Heck yeah. Hey, Bonnie. If there are community people that want to come up, they can. Hello.
Hey, I could not come up and talk about Jessie.
That's fair.
Like, I saw this WRL showed this piece, and then I saw one on TikTok, and it was showing him when Obama had won, and he had tears just streaming down his face. And to think of all these people who fought so hard and valiantly, did all the good trouble, all the things, those that lost their life for the civil rights movement, and for him to be able to still be alive to be there and witness that happen. Can't even imagine
And
what that was like.
what makes it almost makes me angry almost is I know that the current administration made a post saying that Reverend Jackson hated Obama.
Who posted that? Say that again.
That's what the current president of the United States said.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the piece I shared it. It was an NPR article. Hey, those claws hurt, Missy. Relax. The NPR, I shared the NPR article that had dropped, that I found out from this morning, and I had read through it, and it was talking about how he even came out and apologized because he had said some stuff about Obama that he didn't like, that that he realized he shouldn't have said, and he came out and he apologized about it, and that Obama still invited him there.
Aaron, yeah, I heard about what happened in Rhode Island. And in Georgia. Many people just losing their life for stupid reasons. I think probably all reasons for losing your life are stupid in one way, shape, or form, but still. At an ice rink, there was a mass pew-pewing. 2 people lost their life. 2 kids lost their life.
Yeah, at a high school hockey game.
Mm-hmm.
And good morning, everybody.
Hey, Laura. Hey, Lori. Hey, Rosa. Yeah. Oh, 3? I thought it was 2, maybe. Yep. High schoolers, I think.
Yeah, they may have updated it because the last time I saw the story was the 7 o'clock WRL news, and it was 2 at that time, but they may have updated it.
Little mental health break. I hear you, Captain. Hey, April.
I already see what kind of day it's going to be.
Well, luckily, it's probably not going to be, in the grand scheme of things, there probably aren't going to be quite as many because I think there are less stupid people that are willing to come in and say stupid things. But unfortunately, what that means is the people that are willing to come in and say stupid things are the really bad ones. Like, there's no in between in this, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. There is no in between when you come in and comment. You either look like a piece of shit or you're or you actually have humanity. So the car accident in Georgia with the teacher, yep, that was horrible too.
Wait, what?
During in Georgia, there was a car chase. ICE was chasing down someone and hit a teacher who was on their way to school, and they lost their life.
Ugh. Ugh.
Do I remember it? I mean, I was 5, so no. Actually, I would have been 4 at that point. So no. I know that he
Yeah.
did run for president. I just wasn't. I don't remember it.
Yeah, I was 3.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Gerbera. Yeah, it's. Oh. I'm also getting pissed at this. I'm seeing more and more videos of people talking about how the fact that voting doesn't matter and you know our votes don't matter, and it's just starting to, it's pissing me off.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Mindy. Yeah, Neely.
it's just so much.
It so, and it's always the same people. It's always the same people. No, I mean, no, not the ones I'm seeing. They're content creators that I've seen quite a lot of their stuff. That's just this is what they believe for whatever reason. Most of them are pissed off about Bernie. I have found. Most of them are pissed off about Bernie losing in the primary in 2016. And they have every right to be pissed off, but in the grand scheme of things, too few people come out and vote in primaries. That's why the same kind of people keep winning. And as long as 15 to 20% keep coming out, we are still always going to deal with this problem. I did see a video of 2 ICE agents act like they had car trouble, and then, oh yeah, I saw that too, Ash. I saw that. Yep. An ICE agent pretending they had car troubles, and a immigrant who was a good Samaritan went to help, and then all of the ICE agents in the other cars came out to grab him. Yep, saw that too. Pissed me off as well. They have not gotten over Bernie. Bernie could not have beat Trump in 2016. I'm sorry, I love Bernie, but he would have gotten his. That's beside the point, Silver. And I hear what you're saying, and the argument sure can be made, but that's beside the point. When 15 to 20% of the electorate come out and vote in primaries, you are always going to get the more moderate person, because the more moderates are the ones that are more likely to come out and vote in primaries. No, he didn't, Pam. Grow up. Freaking child. I swear, these people are 5 years old.
Speak to a comment, and I'm not sure if it's disingenuous, not saying that they won't vote because they're confused. Like, if you say you're not going to vote because you're confused, that's part of the problem. There's so much out there. You literally have access to a supercomputer in your hands, and there's so many places that you can get information about who's running, that saying that you're confused is not like a reason not to vote.
Curtis, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Did you hear about what the governor of Philadelphia said about? No, I did not, Claudia.
Please don't let them and all of the things that are happening dissuade you from voting. Voting is a right.
Mhm.
You have a right to vote as a citizen in the United States of America.
Here's the
Don't
reality.
you
Sorry.
don't you just give them your rights, because when you just say I'm not going to vote because I'm confused, you're just giving up your rights. And when people just get okay with giving up things, then that makes them feel bolder to try other things. Don't do that.
Here's the reality. Okay, I know people. I saw Stu saying it because it's something I like to say. Here's the reality. The primaries are where you get to decide what kind of person you want to lead, to represent you. That's done in the primaries, not in the general election. In the general election, you get two choices. Straight up. The primaries are where you get to decide, where you get to choose the better of the options, like the best, what you would consider the best of the options. There are so many. If you haven't watched the videos that I'm doing, watch them over on the tube. There are so many people. Midterms are looking great for Democrats. Roll Tide, girl. The Republicans are going to get destroyed. Anyways, there are so many amazing progressives that are running against incumbents in blue districts. They said it looked, no, actually, no one said it looked good for Kamala. They said it was going to be close. We all said it was going to be close. We knew it was going to be close. There was no question it was going to be close. I believed Kamala was going to win, but
How could you not? Like, who really truly, like, come on. Did you really truly think that somebody like that was going to be the one who did it, who won? Like, seriously? Come on.
unfortunately, we all knew it was going to be close. We tried to tell you. You didn't tell us about Kamala. She was more qualified than any other person to have ever run for office ever. The current president shouldn't even be allowed in the same room as Kamala Harris. That's how much of an ass and an idiot and a disgusting human being that the current president of the United States is. She did everything to be qualified. That's the point.
And I think it's pretty damn amazing. I know people are like, we can't run a woman. We've shown that. I'm sorry, but like, do people not see like that with only 107 days, the how awesome she did to only lose by 1 million votes, and that's because of people who decided to not vote? I think that's pretty fucking amazing. And to say that only given 107 days for her to perform as well as she did, that women don't have a chance, I think is just bullshit.
He barely won. He barely won the 7 swing states. He didn't run away with this. He won by 1.5%. America did not disagree with what you're saying. See, you understand there's a difference between electoral votes and popular vote, right? Who is president? That doesn't mean anything. The entire country didn't vote for him. He won by 1.5%. No, that doesn't mean anything. That's the point. That's the reason everybody hates the Electoral College. because you can win and not even get the popular vote. The fact that you can win and not get the popular vote means that there's something wrong with the Electoral College. Popular vote means way more than Electoral College does.
It literally means everything for every other election except for one.
Every other. That's what. Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, you gotta go. Bye-bye. And try again tomorrow. Yes, April. And that's the thing. That's why I get frustrated when people keep saying that women shouldn't run. One won the popular vote. The other only lost by 1 point something percent in 107 days. I'm sorry. That does not scream that they're losing. Men versus men, the man who lost has lost by a higher percentage than that. The men that have lost have not won the popular vote. So for me, that's why in my brain, I still don't understand when people keep saying we can't have a woman run for president. How?
The popular vote will, for the first time, give every person in every state equal value. You live in what's considered a flyover state, not one of those swing states. There's a reason that people that people that are running for office don't come to your state. Because of the Electoral College. Don't you want to have some value? Don't you want to have your vote mean something more? At least in a presidential election. Obviously, it means something in all the other elections, but for some reason, everyone seems to only care about the presidential election. No, they don't have equal value because of the Electoral College. They have no value in most states in this country. Grow up, old, fat, and ugly. Man, your name describes so much about you. The Electoral College makes no value for all but 7 states. No, their vote doesn't matter. The only votes that matter are the 7 states. The only votes that matter are 7 states. And that's stupid. Yes, it is true. That's why people running for president only go to the 7 states. Jeez, people, what planet have you been living on?
Also, the fact that the Electoral College started in 1787. 1787.
If we had a popular vote in New York and California, would not determine the outcome. No, you don't live on this planet. You kidding me? You think there are no Republicans in California or New York? So next, take the senators away from those 7 states? What? Oh yeah, you think I'm bringing you up when you got muted? Okay, dude. Ah!
Do people forget how many people there are in Texas as well? Texas is a huge state with a big population too.
You're taking those votes away? What? The Senate has nothing to do with the Electoral College. I don't know, Rosa. I don't know.
God.
If your candidate is so crappy that you think 2 states will make it so they can't win, then the problem is your candidate, not popular vote. That's the reality. The fact that you want to keep it where people don't get any like fair representation because of an electoral college means that you don't have the actual ability to win based on quality of representation. He started following me. Forget that. You're gone. Hell no. A bunch of bullshit.
I need to make sure somebody that I muted and blocked in here followed me after, and I saw it and I went right in there and blocked them. Nope.
What year did we start electing president/vice president as a package deal? I don't know. Hey, Shane. Apparently some people only been on this earth. Arnold Schwartz was not a Democrat. Yep.
Hey, brother. Hey, Shane. Hey, brother.
Yes. About a quarter of the votes that come out of California are Republican votes. Hey, Lisa. The 12th Amendment? Okay. And I don't remember what it is in New York, but it's probably about the same. Would they counter some other things? Sure. But again, in the end, if you can't run on on quality of candidate and quality of message, then the problem is you, not the popular vote. If you think you won't ever win because of 2 states, that means that most of the country doesn't agree with you. Now, in this case, most of the people that voted for this president. A majority. Barely a majority, but a majority. But don't pretend like it was this like massive like we're not talking like 60% voted for him. 51% to 49.5 or something like that. It was a 1.5% majority. Or 48.5.
Yeah, Jared. Cooper is very popular in North Carolina, and he's one of those candidates that both sides actually like him. He did a lot of good.
49 to 40. Oh, that's right, because like 3 million voted for third party. Or something like that.
Shawnee, I mean, of course, in these days and times, polls and all of that don't, it's I still have my thing with polls because I kind of look at polls as the way we've always been doing things and everything's changed so much. But I guess the good thing about polls is that you could see the numbers after the fact. I think ahead of time, they don't do as much for me. But Cooper he was popular all the way around. And I think that's what gives him the leg up. It's not like he's just just the Democrats like him. And I think for him, that's what gives us a good shot because he does a lot of stuff that's, fair, trying to help all the citizens in North Carolina. So yeah.
He got a simple majority, UMAG. You got a simple majority. We don't do a, oh, Artie, go enjoy your small D. The lady running for Senate in Alaska, they love her there. Yeah. And again, I think one of the things that are starting to come through slowly, hopefully not too slowly, but slowly, is that there are a lot of people that are running under party names because, in general, the party that they're under is closer to their values. Like, if I were running, I would still have to run under a party name because that's how it works right now. But you see a lot of people running right now that want to get out of this partisan politics, that want to get rid of the Electoral College, that want to open elections to a different way of doing things.
You know, the one thing I will say is I was listening to a live and their backdrop was 4 different polls showing his standing and how they're negative. I think the least of one, I took a screenshot of it and I laughed. QPAC negative 19 points, Yahoo negative 20 points, NBC negative 22 points.
Naomi, so we say that a lot, and arguably I agree with it. But if people don't vote in primaries, then it doesn't matter. Because the only way you're going to get someone who says those, who speaks out against those things past an incumbent is if a lot of people that normally wouldn't vote in the primaries get out, because the people that are voting in the primaries are probably the more moderates, the ones that are okay with what that incumbent is doing. That's just a reality. Tide is turning. I hope so. I hope so. There are a lot of amazing people running. Like I said, I'm interviewing tons of amazing people that are running. Tons of amazing people that are running. Thanks, Phantom.
April, a good idea is to print them out, and that way you can go ahead and pre-select your choices and take it with you. That's helpful. That's what I've been doing. Once, you know, that's the thing. Some people don't know all of the things about that. You know, so when I found a place that had a sample and it had an easy place to print, it was really told my sister where to go to find hers.
This primary, this March 3rd primary is going to be really interesting, especially in North Carolina.
Curious to see what the turnout's going to be like after the fact.
I'm also curious, like I said, the Kate Barr, who's running as a progressive but under the Republican name to get Tim, whatever is Tim Moore, primaried. But she's a progressive. She's run as progressive before then, but she wants to give, yeah, she's trying to primary the current MAGA Republican. So it'll be basically 2 decent choices no matter who in this district, hopefully. Yeah, still has a 42. Last I heard, he had a 36% approval rating, which I would still argue is too high too, but I mean, there's more than usual this election. It's not, arguably the number is not so immensely drastic that we're talking that we still don't have to come out and vote in the primaries. And again, it's always still going to be moderates that vote. So unless a progressive is the only one running in the Democratic primary, people still need to come out and vote. Or someone who is more moderate is going to be most likely the one that wins. But yes, there has been a exodus of incumbents. I'm still trying to find, oh, there he is.
Sorry, I had to come outside and chase chickens and turkeys and stuff.
And again, the primaries are where you decide what you want this country to look like. That is the purpose of the primaries, not the purpose of the general election to an extent. Obviously, there still is somewhat of a directional nature to even to a general election. But primaries are where you decide what direction you want the country to go. Hey, Lewis. How are you doing, friend? Hey, Emma. Well, I mean, voting in general. Yeah. But. Aw, do. You sound like you've got tiny D syndrome. And that just feels sad.
I heard the damn crowing, so I knew they were here. I had to go out there with my stick and chase the chickens and the turkeys.
Correct, Moose. Primaries are where you pick the candidates that best fit your beliefs. Yep. And the direction that you want the country to go. That is the purpose of the primaries. Of course, Willie. We need to vote for all. We need to vote for all. State, federal, local, all of them. They all have importance. Hey, Ann, how are things in Minnesota? I'm going to be interviewing someone else who lives in Minneapolis this week.
I know Adam's been back up there, and each day he's been taking pictures and video of how many of the Q vehicles are entering and leaving the facility, and like comparing it, versus what they're saying is happening. Is it the same amount of number? Has the number changed versus when he was up there, a few weeks ago?
Irishman, you think the perfect direction is being run by racists and 80% of the country being unable to pay their bills? That's what you think a perfect direction is? Well, that just sounds stupid. Thought I was following your... It's all good, Willie. In Minnesota, the Republicans are trying to outlaw residential protests. Well, that won't get through. That's literally against the First Amendment.
Yeah, Anna Adam Cray. He's back up there in Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Yeah, I don't know where Scott is. I didn't see him around yesterday either. He must got something going on. Someone's making him do some work, obviously. Yeah, I heard about some pretty bad things happening in Argentina too. Trying to push for 12-hour work days.
That's crazy.
And pay people with food instead of money. Oh, it will unfortunately take decades to fix this, Leah. I said this last year, that no matter what, it's going to take us a long time to fix this. How do we stop it? We can't stop it. Like, so here's the thing, and again, I need social media and the internet have made this more in our face than it used to be. So what would normally, the amount of news and the amount of information that we are seeing in a day is what used to be like months 30 years ago. So the problem is fixing things still takes as long as pre-internet, because you still have to get people motivated enough to do something. That's what it's going to take to change this and stop the chaos, is enough people in this country feeling motivated to do something about it. Get out and vote in primaries. Hold people accountable. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there are people in power on those e-files, and we are not willing as a society to hold them accountable. Yes, there are a lot of us that want to do it, but as a society, we don't. And until we can get to a point where we start doing that, we are going to keep dealing with the same problems. Hey, Lisa. It would not, if it would crash the system, it's not a hoax. I don't think it would crash the system. There's this idea, I think, that people have that we can't do one thing because it would make things hard. Again, things are going to be hard. Fixing the problems that have been made is going to be hard. I understand. I know Bondi said that. I know. I got you. Is going to be hard. It's going to be painful. Again, do we care about short term or long term? Unfortunately, most people care about short term, and some people don't have the ability to care about anything else but short term, and I understand that. Completely understand that. But there's a lot of us out there that are just going to be inconvenienced or go through a little pain for long and get some long term and have long term things be better. I want everyone involved to pay. Same. What is it? Because CBS isn't looked at as shitty enough after the whole Colbert thing. One of the people that left their job because they were in the file, Barry Weiss has decided should still be a commentator on CBS. Because again, we don't like holding people accountable for the choices they make. Even the accountability that we do right now isn't really accountability. I was watching a video of someone else. I can't remember who it was, but they were saying that one of the people who was named in the files was forced to sell their company. And they think that that's being held accountable. They're going to sell that company for billions of dollars. They can go live on an island for the rest of their life and never want for anything. See you, Zoe.
Bye, Zoe. And that's right. Right. Mike, yes. That's not... Oh, boo-hoo, now I can go buy a couple more houses or an island or a new yacht or a helicopter or some jet skis or do whatever. Oh. Feel bad for me.
Yeah.
Feel bad for me. I'm being held accountable. Feel bad for me. I wish I had a tiny violin. I know Diava has the noise that she plays on her sound, and she's got a little violin and she has a little noise and she plays it for her.
Now, to be fair, would I rather that person not have his company and keep making more and more money than continue? Yes. But do I think that that's actually holding someone accountable? No.
But Mike, with the stock market the way it is, just because they sell their company does not mean they're not going to continue to make money off of their company.
Oh, I understand.
Even
that.
after they quote unquote sell it. So they just need to be, accountability needs to look like bars being clanked.
Or losing their money.
On top of their money. It needs to be a multifaceted approach. Because they can always figure out a way to get more money.
Right, Naomi. The Dow. But the Dow, I don't know why you're talking about these adults doing these things to these kids because the Dow is over 50K. Gosh, I cannot stand that woman.
Yeah, that's my thing. They could turn around and take that money, and that's just gross.
Well, yeah, Henry, it's not over 50K anymore. But it was at the time that she did her thing. It was a dumb argument no matter what. Even as 49K. It's a dumb argument. Acting like we shouldn't care about these people being what these people did to these other human beings, these children, because the Dow is high. It shows a complete lack of understanding and empathy and humanity. See, I don't think we've fallen this far. I don't think we have fallen this far as a country. We have fallen far as a country, don't get me wrong. And arguably we never got as high up as we think we got as a country. Also, I think there was a lot of cognitive dissonance in this country about how high up we actually were. But again, it still has to come down to us as people, as citizens, as Americans, stepping up, standing up, and stepping out. How much lower can we go? I mean, North Korea, Russia, we can go a lot lower, unfortunately.
I think we can definitely. I think I think we have fallen in silver in a way that I will say, because like in amongst ourselves, some of us have not had rose-colored glasses on about this country for a long time, and we've seen how low we are. I do agree in that. I think with a lot of the world, what has happened, we have fallen really quickly and very far. Our standing in the world has fallen very far. I mean, I'm like I said before, the first time I went to Mexico, he was the president then too, and I was embarrassed. Now I'm even more embarrassed the fact that it happened again. Like I never would have thought it would have happened again, but I should have known better.
Manfred, what does all coming down look like to you? Because you want to be you want to have the potential of looking worse than places like North Korea and Russia. Have it all come down and have anarchy. Let the people that have the money and power right now still have everything because they have the ability to capture it all because they have the stuff already. Like, these are the things that I think these people believe that if it all comes down, then all of the good people will be the ones left when it's all said and done. Okay, Kia. This whacked out idea that people have that the whole system falling will somehow turn out better for us is just wrong. Now, am I saying it will never hit a point where that won't be the right option? No, I wouldn't be silly enough to say that. But to think that we're already there is being completely ignorant to what is going on in other places in the world and other realities. When the world starts looking to China as they grown up on the world stage, we're in trouble. Truth. Truth. Hey, man for the West. We got 6 inches of snow overnight, so I'm nervous to do errands today. My crutches slipped, and I caught myself on my bad leg yesterday with just a frost and no snow. Oof. Be careful, Rosa. Naomi, we don't do caps unless you're a mod. Please follow that. We don't want you to have to get muted.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to be sorry.
And thank you for speaking on that because that's exactly what was getting ready to happen. I've addressed it several times, and the fact that you keep doing it is, I just feel it's very disrespectful to me. Um, very disrespectful. So please, thank you for speaking up on that. Hey, man from the West.
Correct, Willie. This is not going to be a quick fix. Can y'all give me a permission slip to be absent from work during live stream hours? Ah! I wish, Summer. Guys, if you don't have it on your calendar already, remember Friday we're going to be having Elizabeth Dempsey Beggs, who's running for Congress in Virginia's 1st District on. I'm working on scheduling a time to do a live with Annabelle. I don't remember her last name. She's running for Congress in Illinois, in Chicago, for the week after. Who's Summer? She's over on the tube side. Hello, Chrissy. Happy Fat Tuesday. Mendoza.
Yeah,
Thank you.
in case you guys didn't know, we're also streaming on the tube at the same time.
Keep reading about these warehouses. Yeah, they're spending a lot of money on warehouses. And the amount of money that they're spending, what it could do. Yes, the tube of you. Yep. Live over there, and I post a lot of stuff over there. One that went up today, in fact. Yes, you can.
It's just all of it. It's just like when you back up a little bit and you just look at the whole picture instead of each little individual things, and you see how expansive it really is. I think oftentimes people get stuck on one little thing and you kind of lose sight of all, there's so many parts moving at the same time, which is on purpose for sure. And it's just absolutely disgusting the fact they're sitting there talking about buying all these warehouses and all these things. But then again, like I said, after I read that book about the prison system, it doesn't surprise me when you realize how much money they make. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you heard, if you watched the interview I did, they were charging, like, look at her, Mila's situation. She probably spent $50 on commissary stuff that didn't end up using because she was released before she got it. That's money they made, and she's not getting back.
They did a story. I need to go back and watch it on WREL, but they were talking about, it was like a WREL investigates type of thing, and they were talking about how, like I said, I have to watch it, so, but it's something about the money that gets seized and stuff during different operations and what's happening to it and all of these different things, but
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely some stuff going on.
Oh yeah. And paying people to work for 80, do work around the place for 80 cents a day.
Yeah.
80 fucking cents a day. Hey, Siberia.
Yeah, when I listen to hers, it just, gosh, it made me mad, and it just makes you even more mad. The stories, because you know there's stories of other people who it's happened to, so many people, thousands of people, and who were treated like she was, or more harshly. Just think about how they must have treated the men in those centers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like she said, she didn't get to see because they were kept separated, but oh,
Yep. Yep. It's like Ready Player One. Kind of. Yeah. Kind of. We start seeing them go out and doing other things, then we'll know how much trouble we're in. Right now they're just sitting in there. And again, her situation, Mila's situation, was calm, was quote unquote good compared to what they're dealing with in Minneapolis or Portland or Chicago. These places where they are pushing really hard, it's about 100 times worse.
and I think one of the things too we need to realize that as long as we've got people out here, whether it's just on the internet, whether it's in real life, whether it's on the TV in front of the world, when you sit there and you continue to spread this narrative that immigrants are harmful and all these other bad things, it just those are the things like people need to realize and listen to realize that racism is still alive and very, very strong in this country.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are still kind of waking up from the fact they thought that because Obama won that we had gotten over that. I guess not everybody saw Mitch McConnell acting the way, because no one's ever done that to a YT dude that was the president.
Yeah.
Would he have done that if would he have acted the same way if it would have been Biden that would have won back then? You know what I mean? If he would have been the one that got elected?
Right. Um, Here's what I would say on that, because I agree with you. Obviously, I was one of them. Looking back, what I think the Obama presidency did was start the realization that the change is happening, and the people on the right who were against the change to begin with are now fighting really hard to keep that change from happening. So I've said this before. You look at a lot of progressive points in history, when progress starts to be made, the people that don't want the progress to happen fight back. And the closer to tipping over that edge that you are, the harder and the more dangerous the people that don't want the change get. And I think Obama being elected was the catalyst of the fear that the right has for the change that is going to happen. I think some of us hoped that it was the change, for sure. And obviously, a lot of us didn't live through things like the civil rights era to witness it. We only have history to look back on. But that's what I feel like that's what we are experiencing, is the attempted pullback by conservatives and people who are racist and all that other stuff that see a change happening and are trying to claw back the progress because they think they can. And I think what most people have realized is once progress starts, it doesn't end up stopping. Sometimes you slow it down, but it always happens. The Heritage Foundation and Turning Point USA need to be investigated in the next administration. I mean, I heard that TPUSA lost a ton of money doing that halftime show, doing their alternate halftime show.
Good.
Yep.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear it. I'm glad it had horrible ratings. I'm so glad. When
Yeah,
this is like when I make those comments, when I say people think that because they don't walk around with sheets and costumes and burn crosses on yards that it's not the same. When else have they offered another halftime show at the same time?
It's funny. Anyone that says that 6 million views is good obviously doesn't know YouTube. 6 million views on YouTube sucks. No, let me change that. 6 million views on YouTube is good if you're someone like me. If you are a massive organization that put as much money into that event that they did, 6 million sucks. If you're talking about how much money someone who gets 6 million views on an event they do, on something they do on YouTube, you're talking maybe a few $1,000s, maybe 5, 6, 10 if you're lucky. I guarantee they spent way more than that to put that show on.
Racism is so expensive.
Mm-hmm. Why though? Why what? Oh, Bad Bunny was awesome. Yeah, I just think a lot of people see the number 6 million and they think, wow, that's a lot. When why did they spend so much to prove a point? I think they thought more people would watch. I think they truly believed that more people would watch.
Yep.
I think based on the fact that they won the election, I think they thought tens upon tens upon tens of millions of people would watch.
Yeah. They really thought they were going to get those election type numbers. That's what they thought was going to happen, at least, especially with being around the world.
Some people are starting to see. I mean, it's not even see the writing on the wall. It's some people are realizing what they ended up voting for. I'm good. I'm glad. I'm glad. It's about time. Wish it happened sooner, but at least it's happening. Yeah, a lot of people. Again, it's wild to me. We see these people like Jake Lang and some of these other people that have done stuff, Nick Shirley or whatever. We see it on our side and we go, that person is going to become a pariah and not get, and not get anything. This is why you see so many grifters on the right. Because they will, all they have to do is play the victim and say the right words, and people will, on their side, will throw money at them. They will throw money at them. And it's disgusting. Yes, Bama, we did. Kid Rock's music is gross. Yup. Hey, Liv. Any thoughts on who's up for Dick Durbin seat? Which state is he in? Just can't remember off the top of my head. Illinois? Yeah. I interviewed someone who I think would be a great candidate. Whether he gets enough visibility to get through the primary, I don't know, but no, his name is so bad. I wish I were better. Probably make me seem smarter. Kevin Ryan. Yeah, you should.
Have you voted yet?
I have not. I'm gonna try and go today. Today's the first day I've had free time enough to be able to head over there. I've had so many freaking interviews. So yeah, he's a really cool dude. And he's got some really awesome ideas on how he wants to help Illinois and the country. But again, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, is to try and increase people's these candidates that people haven't heard of. Increase their visibility. What state votes? So right now, primaries have started in North Carolina last week, and today they started in Texas. There are more that are running for that seat, Willie. That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem, is that media isn't talking about these other people. grassroots candidates. Yeah, because Illinois is the 13th, I think. I think that's when Illinois' primary is. No offense, 17th. No offense, but I hope it's not either of them. I hope it's the one thing that I hope for most of all is that all of these people who have massive name recognition are not the ones that end up winning. Because that means people are paying attention.
I agree. If we keep going with the names that we know, we're going to keep ending up in the same situation.
Now, again, I'm not in Illinois, so I only know the generics that I've heard about all the people, but
I know we
most.
talked. Oh, sorry.
No, you can go.
Go ahead.
No, go.
But I know a couple people have come in talking about Colbert. Um, okay, Silver, bye.
See you, Silver.
We talked about the Colbert thing already, and I know we did on the other side, but I don't know if we've done it since we've been over here.
I mean, we mentioned that it was nuts, and because then I started talking about the fact that they let someone who was on the e-files still be a commentator. So, but yeah, it's it's going to get tons and tons of views, and it's not going to do what they think it's going to do. It's just put a spotlight on that interview because it's up on the tube, and now everyone's going to watch it. In like
Yep.
9 hours, the thing had over like 700,000 views. So Colbert had on the schedule to interview James Tallarico, and so there is technically a rule called like the fairness rule, the fairness doctrine. I don't know what the hell it's actually called. But the idea is that if you have someone from one party on, you have to at least be willing and have an invite out to have someone from another party. According, and again, I can't speak for what the Colbert show did, but according to the Trump administration and the FCC, that's not what happened. And Barry Weiss just took their word for it and said, okay, Tallarico can't be interviewed. Or can't be interviewed on the show that plays on CBS. So they just did the interview after the show was done and posted it on the tube. I mean, in general, it's not an issue because what MAGA would want to be on Colbert? Like, seriously, what MAGA would want to be on Colbert?
I think it's ridiculous. It just goes to show the level of petty that they're willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of y'all gotta, when they talk about taking the rights away, they're not always blatant and saying, "Hey, we're coming after this right." You gotta watch what they're doing.
Gerbera, Stephen Colbert did an interview with James Tallarico. That's what you need to watch. Oh, he trashed CBS for it, but of course he did. He's done soon. He doesn't care. You'll behave. It's okay, Jeremiah. Gotta watch the interview. Haven't seen it yet. I've only seen clips of it so far. I haven't. That's the only reason I knew it happened was I saw another TikTok about it, and I saw a clip of it. But that was like right before I went live, so I couldn't watch it. And if you live in New Hampshire or know anyone who lives in New Hampshire, just posted today an interview with someone who's running for Senate in New Hampshire. So you should definitely watch it. Like I said, the whole purpose of all this is to get people to get more visibility, more name recognition. So please watch things and share them. Thank you, Patty. I am.
I had to go back outside. I heard the rooster crowing again. Thanks, Patty. I would have thought that the chickens would have been scared of the cats. They're not scared of the damn cats at all. They walk right past the cats. Like they're nothing. And the cats just let them walk past. Yes, I feed cats. So I feed cats on my property. I keep food bowls out there for them. Now this new neighbor, then went and got a bunch of chickens, and he decided they want to free range their chickens. Well, their chickens and this big ass turkey have been coming over and eating all the cat food and shitting chicken shit and stuff all in my front yard. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with the neighbors. No, they're not mine.
1 million views right now. Yep. That's not surprising. It's probably going to be way more by the end of the day once the news fully gets out. Negative 27 Celsius. Dang. Kia's on her stay off my yard damn chicken's face. It's true. With a snowfall warning, can snow even happen at that temperature?
6 degrees Fahrenheit. It's negative 16 here with a snowfall warning. I don't, y'all know I love some critters. Y'all know I love critters. If I could, I would go out there, and there's deer out there, and there's possums and all kinds of stuff, and I would gladly, but I can't, and I don't. And I don't mind if they want I don't even mind if the chickens are out in the back by my trees and all of that stuff. That's fine. I just don't want giant piles of bird shit in the front of my yard. It's not because they're wild. It's because my neighbor just opens up the fucking thing and lets them out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yesterday, my son found 3 of the chickens in my backyard. That's going to be an issue because my dogs are a lot bigger than the fucking cats and all the birds, and that's scary. Mike's lips. You got the invite from Mike's lips.
What?
Grizzly said they got an account request from Mike's lips.
Yeah. Whoever that person is following a lot of people in this community.
I think I know who it is. I have an idea of who it is. I don't know for sure though. And did you guys look at the profile picture? It's actually
Yeah.
Mike's lips.
Took a screenshot of my lips. Yep. Huh?
I was scrolling through TikTok the other day and there was a live on. And I took a screenshot of it. Let me share with you guys what I believe is what she had posted behind her. She had like, you know, those big writing pads that the teachers are when you do a presentation and you could just flip the top of the page. It said, "What I believe: purity and modesty, obeying and submitting to husband, being meek and mild, support the patriarchy, love your husband, and revel in the gender role."
Oh.
I didn't even know
Ugh.
what to say.
Ugh.
Like, wow.
I saw a person post fire lips and referred to my yeah. Becoming a thing. Which is really weird.
I think it's hilarious. Yeah, I want to ask what people think that the creator looked like, but I gotta be careful. Mike's lips and a sticker. Mike's lips just DM me a sticker.
Oh, did they?
It just dropped on the top of my phone. It said Mike's lips sent a sticker.
Man, I haven't even gotten a sticker from Mike's lips yet. Heck.
It was just funny that it just happened to see it right at that time.
Yes, Gerbera, it's become a thing. And Emma is supposed to be making an image for it. Become an emote. Need a here's the reality sticker. Does Mike's wife know Mike's becoming an internet sensation? She's always known. You're gonna make 2 versions? Oh my.
Oh goodness.
I'm not. My lips are. Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ken.
You know it's crazy to cry twice in one day, one for just like that watching Jesse Jackson watch Obama and him crying just like really got me because it really like legit took me back to that day. I remember that night. I remember the night of the election when Obama won. And I remember I had my homeboy was over here. We had some spicy water. We were over here fucking jumping up and down. Like it was an amazing night.
Mm-hmm.
And then to sit there and laugh about Mike's lips sending me stickers.
Like I said yesterday, better your lips be famous than any other part of your body. It's true. I need Mike's to send me stickers.
Emma's asking for Mike's lips to send her stickers, just putting it out there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's blushing. He's blushing on TikTok, especially. You can see. I'm looking at your face side by side. You can see it. He's blushing. Yeah, spicy water because they're picky with stuff. So Mike Slips, you're now a celebrity. People in the chat want stickers.
So weird. I mean, it's fine,
Hey,
but still.
at least you're not in the e-files.
That's
So
true.
your lips. I mean, there could be a whole lot of other things it could be. Oh, Shawnee, that used to be one of my favorite things about LL. Just lips. Look, now he's gonna really turn red. Linda, it was an amazing night. It's one of those nights, when you talk to like our parents and our grandparents, people who were alive during, epic times in our country, whether they're bad or good epic. And those are one of those days I remember where I was and what I was doing. Just like with 9/11, I remember where I was and what I was doing. I remember when Tupac and Biggie were unalived. I remember where I was and what I was doing. We do got to cling to the joy. Joy is a simple act of resistance, and you don't have to do anything but laugh and just allow the light to come in for a minute. That's it.
Yep. We need to remember why we're doing what we're doing. If you look at the other side, it's always about anger and putting people down and hatred. And unfortunately there are some on both sides that do it. Obviously it's way more on the right. But for those of us that actually want healing and want change, we need to remember why we're doing this. We need to remember that the goal at the end of the rainbow is happiness and joy for all of us. So, got to remember that. That's one of the reasons that I fight back to an extent against the people that think that we need to go as low as they go. That doesn't mean we don't need to fight back, but we definitely don't need to go as low as they go. Because they got no line. They got no line. So if we go down to their line, they're just going to go lower. And then if we go down to that line, they're just going to go lower. And at some point, we will be too far gone. I'm not sure I completely agree with the they go low, we go high thing. At least maybe not to the extent that a lot of people interpreted it in the end. I think we need to stop letting ourselves get pushed over. But I just don't think we need to go to their level. Because again, when their level is that low, there's places we can go that aren't that far, that aren't that low. Well, higher than them is not that far of a bar, unfortunately.
I think we need to meet them on their level in a way. I think because that's one of the things like I've said, and you guys have, especially if you've been in this space for any length of time, you heard me say over a year ago, one of my biggest issues with the Democrats is sometimes I feel like with the way they do things, it's almost like they look down their nose if you're not like in a city, you're not wealthy, like, and you're not like I feel like they've forgotten so many parts of this country and so many people and all the people that are in the middle area and all those things. I feel like we've just kind of given up and forgotten them. And I understand sometimes why people feel like when they say those things, Mike's lips just viewed my profile. But it's like for sure. I think I definitely think that we definitely have to do better than them. I definitely don't think that and you're right, the fucking bar is so damn low. It's not really that hard. It's really not that hard. It's really not. As long as we can just make sure we're not doing bigoted shit, racist shit, misogynistic shit, then we'll be okay. We don't have to be perfect.
Nope.
We don't have to always be nice and kind. You don't always have to feel those things. Just don't be hateful. Don't be a bigot. Don't be racist. Don't be misogynistic. Don't be those things. You see what Daisy said? I love how pink. My God. I just think, Tiffany, I think with that statement, that has kind of what that saying has become. It's almost like even when she said it then, I was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel you, but I don't really feel you. Think we could do better, for sure. Well, Scott's not here, so I guess I'll go ahead and do the commercial. I know I'm not going to get the thunderous applause that he always does, and that's okay. That's all right. See, those are the
I
times.
don't get the thunderous applause that he does, so it's fine.
So if you haven't already, make sure you've sent your heart me, done all your things. Make sure you collect your points over here. I don't know if you've noticed, but since the update, now the little blocks are no longer black. Mine tend to be, depending on the live I'm in, they're either like a salmony reddish orangish color or a little more orange now. But make sure you still collect all your points. If you've been over on the other side on the tube, make sure that you've hit your thumbs up. All of those things lets all of the places that be know that we enjoy what Mike's doing for us. Just in case you didn't know, on the other side, there are such things as super chats and stuff like that where you can directly support the channel, put it that way. Yeah, Scott's voice is deep, but I don't want to have a deep voice. You want me to have a deep voice and try to do the commercial? I don't think so.
You got to add a Jersey accent if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I don't even, just trying to get deep was hard enough with my brain trying to concentrate. Then trying to add a Jersey accent, I don't think so. I don't think so. As you've been hearing Mike say, like the last few weeks, he has been hammering out interviews, putting them out, especially keep in mind the ones that are going to be done are going to be the one whose primaries are first. Make sure you're watching them. Make sure you're thumbs up, leaving a comment. If you have questions, make sure you ask questions. I want us to be, I'm thinking about something that somebody said about, they disagreed with, the people in their interviews. My thing is we should be able to, especially
Sure.
if we're potential voters or we're on, there's somebody we would vote with. We need to bring those. If they say something we don't like, I think we need to bring that to attention. If we disagree with something, bring that attention. So that way they understand and they're not just kind of maybe thrown in shock and awe and they're out in places where they might not be so friendly. It won't be the first time it comes up. It's just all in about how you present things. That's all. Yes, because I don't say coffee and I don't say Vietnam.
Nam.
They should.
Also, again, I mentioned it before, but Friday during the morning live, we're going to be interviewing Elizabeth Dempsey Briggs, who's running in Virginia's 1st district. Please, I posted something about it. Please share that out, actually. As many places you can, whether it's here, it's also over on that camera app. I want to get people there. I want to get these, again, this is how we get people known. This is how we get people visibility. I also, if there are things that you want to ask her, go watch the interview I did with her. And if there are things that you want to know, please let me know. I'd like to have questions prepared. Not that we wouldn't take questions from people in the chat as well, but I want to have ones. The more I can have pre-ready, the more chance that we'll be able to get more questions in, because then we won't be waiting for questions and things like that. So if you haven't watched that interview before Friday, please do. That will help you understand her and what she stands for and all the things like that. And yeah, the guys, thank you for the likes and the shares and the gifts. I appreciate you all so very, very much. And yeah, if you're in North Carolina or Texas, get your butt out and vote in the primaries. If you're not in any of those and you're in ones that are coming sooner, make sure you go find out who all is on the primaries everywhere. Like,
Yes.
Again, the fact that there were people that came in and thought and were only mentioning the top 3 that they knew, that's not how it should be. If you only know the top 3, it means that you're only paying attention to what the media is talking about. Don't only pay attention to what the media is talking about. That's how we fix this problem. Because chances are, if the media is following them, they're not going to be as progressive as we say we want things to be.
See if you can find a copy of your ballot and print it out, and then that way you have names. I find it, for me, the way my brain works, it makes it a lot more helpful having it pre-printed, having all the names, then I can look it up and you can write notes right on that paper. You can make your selections and stuff. But do stuff like that. That'll make it a lot easier for you, so you won't feel so overwhelmed when you actually go to do your ballot.
Ken, the official primaries for Texas and North Carolina are March 3rd. Salty, he's a civil rights activist.
That's a bot. 0,
okay.
0.
And then the 17th is Illinois. I think Missouri is in there somewhere too. I can't remember. I gotta find out so I make sure I get all the people's stuff up before it gets too late. But yeah. So yes, please watch and share the stuff. It really does help. And again, please watch the stuff for Friday and help spread the word on that. I would love to have tons and tons of people at this, because again, getting the word out for these progressives that are doing it right, that aren't taking corporate money, that want to be held accountable. This is how we get them voted and into office. This is how we get the change that we want. It's easy work. It doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes us being doing it, going out and doing it, not letting it come to us. Oh no, these are just primaries. These are just primaries, Ken. The actual elections don't happen until November. Proactive. Thank you. This we need to be proactive on some of these things. So please help out if you can. Hi, Alejandra. I'm sorry we're about to get off, but guys, thank you again for being here. Kia, always love having you up. Thank you.
Thanks for letting me be here.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 over on the tube, 10 a.m. on TikTok. And yeah, you guys are amazing just the way you are, and I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to sing, laugh, dance, smile. Do something that makes you happy. Go enjoy like sunlight or something, especially if it's out there. Bye, guys. Bye, YouTube. Love you guys. Bye.